we describe the life of world traveler Ibn Battuta. More than 60 years after Marco Polo, another man from the West stepped foot into China and would also make significant contributions to our understanding of culture and geography. This man was the Islamic explorer Ibn Battuta, and between 1325 and 1353, he logged 75,000 miles across Asia and Africa. He visited 40 nations and 3 continents. However, historians point out that he has a sad absence in both Islamic history and Western history. The book of his travels was published as the Rihla of Ibn Battuta. Although it failed to gain the spread of influence of Marco Polo's book, it offers a much more comprehensive point of view of the world in the Middle Ages. Battuta was born and raised in Tangier to a family of highly educated Muslim judges. When he turned 21, he headed to Mecca to fulfill his pilgrimage obligation. It is said that he left home with only a pair of pants to his name and an incredible photographic memory that allowed him to memorize the entire Quran and recite it twice a day on his journeys. His ultimate goal was to gain all of the education he would need to take on the role of a judge when returning home, so he studied in Egypt and Damascus. He gained a number of degrees and studied with some of the greatest teachers along the journey. On his way to Cairo, he had an epiphany. After staying with scholars in Alexandria, seeing the Shrine of Christ in Bethlehem and the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, he would not be going home after his Hajj. He wanted to see the world and experience everything he could, no other motivation than wanderlust. He promised he would never take the same road twice. For the first 4 years, he wandered through Persia, meeting with Mongol leaders and touring Baghdad. He caught a boat and traveled down the east side of Africa. Then he escorted a Byzantine princess back to Constantinople so that he could marvel at the Hagia Sophia. He toured Anatolia before deciding that he should be in India, preferring the comfort and faith of Islamic nations. He set out by foot because he thought a boat would be too slow. He toured the steppes of the Khanate in the Hindu Kush Mountains. He developed a following on his travels, and when he approached the Delhi Sultanate of the Tughluks, he entered with multiple wives, slaves, and a harem. There he served as a judge and observed the harshness of the Sultan on Hindus and Muslims, which often put his own life in danger. He was happy to be appointed by the Sultan to visit China, which took him to the Maldives, Sumatra, and Malaysia, and out of India. In each place he traveled, he served the will of the Sultan and made connections between the nation and Islam. After serving as a judge in China, he thought it was time to go home. He made his way home and saw how cities like Damascus had been brought to their knees by the plague. When he did make it back to his own home, he found his own family had died of the plague as well, which led him to take one last journey into Muslim Spain and into Islamic Mali. He had come to the end of his journeys. The Sultan hired scribe Ibn Juzay al-Kabit to record his life, which he recited from memory.